Life in America during World War II often unfolded far from the noise of battle. On the American home front, daily routines continued with a steady and familiar rhythm. Across the United States, ordinary Americans began their mornings quietly, guided by habit rather than urgency. These small, repeated moments became the foundation of daily life in 1940s America, shaping how families experienced World War II from home. As the sun rose over towns and neighborhoods, American households slowly came to life. Mornings in World War II America were calm, predictable, and deeply routine. Families woke in modest homes, prepared simple breakfasts, and moved through the early hours without rush. On the WW2 home front in the USA, life was less about dramatic change and more about maintaining normalcy. These quiet beginnings helped American families stay grounded during uncertain times. The radio played an important role in early mornings. Soft voices delivered news, weather, and familiar music, becoming a steady presence in American homes. Radios connected households across the United States, offering calm updates without overwhelming daily life. For many families, this gentle background sound defined the atmosphere of the American home front during World War II. It was not a source of fear, but of consistency. Daily life in America during World War II was shaped by patience and structure. Parents prepared for work, children readied themselves for school, and streets filled slowly with movement. Neighborhoods felt stable and familiar. Even as global events unfolded elsewhere, mornings on the U.S. home front remained peaceful. This quiet rhythm became one of the most memorable aspects of American life during the war years. Food played a central role in shaping everyday routines. Rationing in America became a normal part of life during World War II, influencing how families planned their days. Limited supplies of sugar, meat, butter, and canned goods encouraged a slower and more thoughtful approach to meals. Rather than creating tension, rationing quietly shaped American food culture in the 1940s. Grocery shopping during World War II followed a steady and predictable pattern. American families visited familiar stores, selected items carefully, and returned home to prepare simple meals. On the WW2 home front in the USA, food preparation became a calm and intentional activity. Kitchens were places of routine rather than stress, and cooking reflected patience rather than urgency. Meals in 1940s America were often modest but meaningful. Families gathered around tables, sharing food that had been planned and prepared with care. This simple approach to eating shaped daily life in World War II America. Without excess, meals were appreciated more deeply, reinforcing a sense of balance and gratitude within American households. Rationing also influenced how Americans thought about waste and planning. Leftovers were saved, recipes were reused, and nothing felt hurried. These habits quietly defined American home life during World War II. Across the United States, families shared similar food routines, creating a collective experience that connected communities through everyday actions. Family life on the American home front followed a steady and comforting rhythm. During World War II, American families spent more time together, building routines that supported stability. Homes became places of consistency where shared responsibilities and simple habits shaped daily life. This focus on family defined an important part of American history during the war years. Communities across the United States played a quiet but essential role in supporting family life. Neighbors greeted one another, shared resources, and followed similar daily schedules. On the WW2 home front in the USA, American communities felt connected through routine rather than excitement. Schools, local shops, and neighborhood streets all contributed to the calm structure of everyday life in the 1940s America. Evenings often brought families together. Without modern distractions, American households relied on conversation, reading, and shared silence. Radios continued to play softly, filling living rooms with familiar sounds. This gentle environment helped shape how American families during World War II relaxed and stayed informed. Life on the U.S. home front was steady, organized, and unhurried. Work life during World War II followed a similarly calm structure. Across the United States, factories and workplaces became part of daily routines rather than sources of chaos. Many Americans worked regular hours, contributing quietly to the wartime economy while maintaining balance in their personal lives. This steady approach defined an important aspect of daily life in World War II America. Factories in 1940s America provided stable employment and predictable schedules. Workdays often followed consistent patterns, allowing families to plan their time carefully. On the WW2 home front in the USA, work was less about urgency and more about responsibility. American workers adapted patiently, finding comfort in familiar tasks and routines. Beyond factories, small businesses and local services continued to operate steadily. Shops opened each morning, offices relied on paper records, and transportation moved at a measured pace. These everyday jobs supported American communities and reinforced the quiet rhythm of life during the war years. For most Americans, work remained a dependable and grounding part of daily life. As daylight faded, evenings on the American home front grew calm and predictable. Families returned home, settled into familiar routines, and allowed the pace of the day to slow naturally. Life in 1940s America transitioned gently from work to rest, creating peaceful evenings that defined daily life during World War II. Living rooms became the center of evening life. Radios played softly, offering music and storytelling that connected households across the United States. This calm form of entertainment helped Americans relax without overstimulation. On the WW2 home front, evenings were shaped by consistency rather than excitement, allowing people to unwind fully. Children prepared for bed, parents reflected on the day, and homes embraced stillness. These quiet routines helped American families during World War II maintain emotional balance. The structure of evening life made rest feel natural and unforced. Without noise or urgency, relaxation became part of the daily rhythm. As night settled in, lights dimmed, and conversations faded, American households embraced simplicity, allowing rest to arrive gradually. The pace of life during World War II encouraged calm through routine. These peaceful nights on the U.S. home front reflected a softer side of American history, one defined by patience, togetherness, and quiet resilience. Daily life in America during World War II was not always dramatic or loud. Instead, it was shaped by small routines repeated each day. Mornings, meals, work, family time, and evenings blended together into a steady rhythm that supported American families across the nation. This calm structure became the foundation of life on the American home front. Today, this chapter of American history is remembered for its quiet strength. The everyday experiences of ordinary Americans during World War II reveal how stability and routine helped people navigate uncertain times. These gentle stories from the 1940s remained comforting to listen to, offering a peaceful reflection of daily life in the United States, one that naturally invites relaxation, rest, and sleep.